Hey, y'all, and welcome to the Southland Piper. I'm your host, Tim. Hope you're doing well today. I have this Kaywoodie Oom Paul that's in pretty good shape, but it needs a little work, so let's turn around to the workbench and get started. Well, let's take a closer look. Overall, the pipe's in pretty nice condition. A lot of oxidation on the stem, but we'll take care of that. As far as, let's see, tooth marks. Not really seeing any real big tooth marks, just mostly chatter. So that's not too bad. Got a lot of carbon on the rim, and the bowl needs to be reamed. They never really smoked this all the way down. Most of the cake is at the top half of the bowl. So, and I'm also going to take a guess at a fellow by the name of Edwards owned this pipe. Let's say back in 1950 or so. Oh, there is a model number, 49. But Edwards, yeah, 1950. Now, you might ask, how do I come up with that? Oh, I don't know. Let's take a closer look. Hmm. Oh, well, what do you know? Edwards decided to, in 1950, carve his name into the metal plate, and that's okay. I'm gonna leave it just the way it is. I think I could get it out, but there's no need to, and it gives it a little backstory, and you kind of wonder who Edwards was and where he was at in 1950. Was he in the military and wanted to make sure he marked his pipe, or what? So I don't know. We'll leave that alone. And this is, you might be able to see it's a super grain, but we do have quite a few nicks on it. All right, well, let's get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is put this down in the oxidation cleaner. All right, the stem is soaking in the cleaner, so let's do a little reaming. And just that easy. I don't think I see any surprises, other than I can't see any light there. And we are blocked. Let me grab my airway reamer. Back out. Yep, for some reason we are blocked. Hmm. All right. Some tobacco up in there. All right. It's just kind of hard to see. I can see the light. Okay, there we go. Now you can see it. Got to get it just right in relationship to the camera. So anyway, but we were blocked. We've got several little scuffs and scratches, and but I do have this little indentation right here, and that would take a lot of sanding to get that out. Uh, yeah, there's those right there. I'm going to don't want to say it. I'm going to sand this one all the way down. Do a total refinish on the stubble. Okay, sanding time. Well, this is going to take a while, but I'm going to start sanding on it, and I'll go easy over that nomenclature. Don't want to remove it, that's for sure. The nomenclature though is stamped really nice. I just got to make sure that the reason I'm sanding these down, make sure those do get gone. I hate to, I'll sand one down and put it stain on it and then start to buff it and say, I didn't get that mark out, did I? So just got to make sure we get everything out, but we'll invariably miss something somewhere, but that's okay. I'm not looking for perfect here. I'm looking to make this pipe look really nice, but I'm not looking to make it look new, that's for sure. All right, I'll continue sanding. Okay, I'm gonna get ready to take the stem out. It's been about 24 hours. And what I've got it in is this before and after extra strength deoxidizer. And you can see the website there. Can't speak highly enough for this stuff. It's great. Now, as it gets a little older, um, you have to let the stem soak a little longer. But I've never really had any problems with the stems being in too long. I've left them up to 30 hours or so. Never had an issue. Oh, a little stuck. Little cool out here. We're having some cold weather. Alrighty. There we go. I like to put a pipe cleaner through the stem. That way it keeps out most of the solution from the interior. Since it's so sticky and such, it would take a little bit to get it all cleaned up, but I'm sure it wouldn't be that bad. But I'd rather stop it from going inside to begin with. Alrighty. You can see all the stuff that it removes. Big improvement. And we'll put that on the buffer and see how it looks. Now, I guess I'm gonna get back to the sanding. It's coming along pretty well. I've got to work in this area, of course. It's hard to get up in there, but I've sanded it all over with some 320. I'll probably go up to 600 and call it at that, but it's coming along. Y'all seen this before, but here's my golf ball. I like a lot of the pipes when I refinish them. I like to put a little bevel on the inside of the rim. So I just wrap the paper, lay the paper on top of the bowl and take the golf ball and just give it a little twist. And I don't know if that shows up very well, but just have a little slight bevel. All right, I'm going to use this light tan. Light tan. we've had a little bit of a mishap. I was getting ready to buff the stummel a third time, and I accidentally knocked it off the workbench, and we sustained a pretty good ding on it. Let me go in a little bit more. Yeah, that right there. And I sanded out stuff even smaller than that. So I don't really want to sand this whole thing over again. So I'm going to use a heat and create some steam to hopefully lift up that little ding. It will mess with the finish a little bit, but I think we can touch it up there and be no problem. So here's what I'm using. This is actually a made for welding plastics. So what I'll do is I'll put a wet cloth over the area and then use the iron to create the steam. It's just a little cotton material. I doused it with some water. So it's right about there. That's how fast this thing gets hot. I don't know if you can see it, but it started to scorch the material. And yes, it will mess with the finish. But you know what? That's almost totally lifted out now. Worked rather well. I think I'll touch it one more time. A little water. I've seen some people use irons, that you iron clothes with and such, and I didn't really want to do something like that, and I just didn't put it in my holder and melted a spot on my cutting board. Yay. I'm going to have to clean that off. Well, I used this to smooth out that spot. So let's use the rest. All right. Let's start again. I guess I could edit that out. But anyway. All right. It is right about there. Not very long. Now I'll hit that spot. I can barely feel anything. I may buff it and see what it looks like, but I think I just got just a hair. Let me try. The only problem is you can't really see it and you kind of guess where it's at. Just the most light little ding there. Let me see if I can. One more time. It got probably 90% of it out. Yeah, I may try to buff it just the way it is because I really don't feel it anymore. I'm going to mark that down as a success. Well, here's the finished pipe. I think it turned out fairly well. The little ding I had, I can no longer I can't feel it with my fingernail, but there is just a slight little crease. I mean, I got 95% of it out, so I'm happy with that, and we'll be able to use that in the future. But it turned out really well. Well, thank you for sharing your time with me today and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.